Okay, so we are down to our last week of pup date videos. The puppies are 6 weeks old, so that is exciting. We are going to have the official pics on the litter this week, at the end of this week, and so it's getting really close. We do still have one deposit spot left on this litter, so make sure if you want a puppy under the Christmas tree that you reach out to us. And we're not sure if it'll be a male or female that's still available, but regardless, like, all of them are darling, and they're all doing so well. We introduced the doggy door to them a couple weeks ago, and all of them are now going outside and going potty. They're doing super well. I mean, obviously it's the kind of thing where when they're enclosed in their sectioned off area in the house, there's a doggy door that's attached to them, to that enclosed area, and they are able to go out that doggy door at any time. And so when they are in that enclosed area, they are going outside 100% of the time to go potty, and so that's super exciting. Obviously, it's kind of like a toddler where they are starting to get that concept, but if they have free reign of the house like they do right now, we have to keep a close eye on them and watch for signs that they need to go potty, but they are starting to get the idea of it, so that's always exciting. They also love their kibble and are eating it really well. This is actually the last week that they'll be with mom. They start really kicking them off. Actually, they really start kicking them off around 4 or 5 weeks, and so we really encourage the moms to stay with the puppies and teach them some manners and continue to mother them for another couple of weeks. But usually between 6 and 7 weeks, like, mom is done with them. So anyway, so we're getting close to that. We'll just go ahead and get started. I'm not gonna follow the usual order just because I've got some here, so we'll just start with the ones that I have. Right here, I have Sugar Plum. She is still the largest in the litter. She is weighing 9 pounds, well, 9.60. And so she's getting really big. She jumped, let's see, she jumped over 3 pounds in a week. So big girl here. She also is the most outgoing. So she is consistently the one that is out exploring. She was the first one to figure out the doggy door. When we wash them, she is little miss, let's see what's going on, trying to figure everything out. So nothing really phases her. Nothing really intimidates her. She does really well and is super outgoing. She would do really well in a family with a lot of kids that want a dog to play with, that want one that's going to be very involved and interactive. That is going to be Miss Sugar Plum. So that is her. Next, we'll just go right here. We have, we've got Chris right here. So he's got the C on his bum here, on the back of him. He weighed, let's see, Chris weighed 9 pounds even today. So he jumped over 3 pounds this week. So he's getting big. Personality wise, he's just in the middle. He's not super reserved, he's not super outgoing. He's content. That's a good way to describe it with him. All right, so that was Chris Kringle right there. Next, right here, I have Angel that's sitting here with the yellow collar. She is super playful. So she loves to play and whatnot. She's not quite as outgoing as Sugar Plum, but she's super playful. She's got a darling little personality on her. Quite the little wiggle butt, so that makes it, the ones that are very playful and outgoing always are a little bit harder to get pictures of because they don't want to sit still. So, but they're super cute, loving the colors on them. Let's see, so she weighed 7.75 pounds. So she gained over 2 pounds, so like 2.5 pounds this week. Let's see, I already did him. Next, let's come over to Nicholas. I have a special place in my heart for Nicholas. We weren't sure if there were a couple of them there that we weren't sure if they would make it or not just because they were so small, and they had all these big ones that they had to compete with in the litter. And so this was definitely one of the ones that my mom and dad did a ton with bottle feeding and whatnot. So he is so sweet. He's Mr. Calm. He loves to just be with us, like to sit with us. So Nicholas, I feel like, is going to be one of those that is just more mild-mannered. Obviously, all of these puppies are going to go through a puppy phase. First 2 years are always a puppy phase, but so he's going to be the laid-back, chill ones in the litter. Even though he's not quite as big, he weighed 7 pounds exactly today. So, I mean, he is getting bigger, he is catching up, but he is just a little bit smaller, but love him so much. All right, so next right here I have Holiday. This is one of the females. She was also one of the smaller ones. She weighed 6.85. She weighed 6.85 pounds today. So one of the smaller ones for sure. She was also one that we had to do a lot with supplementing and bottle feeding and whatnot, but she's doing so good. She is one of the more reserved in the litter. So Miss Holiday would do really well in a family that maybe is looking for something that is more of a Velcro type dog. That means that more want to be with you type, not super like out there adventurous and whatnot. She is more reserved. She's so sweet. She loves attention. And like when we washed them and blow dried them today, so we do that once a week here the last couple weeks that they're with us, so that they can start getting used to the commercial blow dryer for when they start going to a groomer. And she just sits there and looks at you like, what are we doing? But she's so good. She doesn't try and run away from it or anything like that. She just isn't quite sure what she thinks about it. But she's so sweet. Love her little markings. She's going to be more of a quiet temperament and whatnot. So that is Holiday. So next right here we have Claus, and we have Hex D too. He wanted to come and help with the puppies. So here he is. Claus came in at 9.45 today. So he is very confident. I've noticed that with him. So he's not necessarily like mischievous and whatnot, but he is very confident. When we come in and call the puppies, he's always one that will come over right at the first and want attention without any hesitation. But he's not out like pulling all the decorations off or anything like that. So, which all the puppies do love to do, but he's more of a serious soul is the way that I look at him. I have mentioned it before, but I love this marking that goes down the side of his face. He's gonna be big. He's gonna be a big guy. I feel like is going to be one of those that wants to be with where you're at, without being over the top energetic, if that makes sense. So if you're wanting a dog that you want to take like jogging with you and hiking with you and things like that, I don't know that Claus would necessarily be that dog for you. I would definitely, if that was what I was wanting for my dog, I would definitely look at more like Sugar Plum or Angel for that type of dog. But if I wanted one that, would play hard and then sleep for 3 hours on your front porch, that's going to be more his personality, Claus' personality. All right, so next right here I have little Miss Candy. She actually was one of the smaller ones as well, but she has kind of taken off. She weighed 7.5 pounds today. And so I feel like she stands out just with these white toes on her, that white chest and that white dip nose. I love all of her little white accents that are on her. I think she's super cute. She has more of a compact body than some of them. So like She's got more of like a short, like coupled short, like she's just more compact. So though I don't think she's gonna necessarily get like really big, I mean she's gonna be big. All of these puppies are going to be big comparatively, but I don't think she's gonna necessarily be the biggest in the litter, but she's very compact, so she's going to look big because like her proportions are all very like stocky looking. So I think she's super cute. Personality wise, she's just kind of in the middle. She's not super outgoing, she's not reserved in any way, like she's just in the middle. And I mean, obviously we're gonna see more personality come out on these puppies the older they get. We're just seeing some of these new personality types coming out this week and whatnot, but that's what we've observed so far with them. Last but not least is Yuletide here. So I feel like he sometimes gets forgotten just because he was kind of smaller. He kind of took a little bit longer to come out of his shell and whatnot, but he's so cute. So he was one of the smaller ones in the litter that we definitely had to supplement and bottle feed, but he has pulled right out of it. He weighed 8.25 pounds today, so he gained a whopping 4 pounds this week. In 1 week, exactly a week, he gained 4 pounds. So he is catching up. He is so cute. He's so sweet. He does so well with everything that we introduce to him. He doesn't, nothing really phases him. He's curious. He's not super like in your face or anything like that. So I actually think that he is going to end up being one of the bigger ones in the litter, just with how big of a comeback he's had. He's got a blocky head on him. He's got a big old blocky head. He's got big old feet. His feet are just as big as both Claus and Chris. And so I really think he's going to catch up, if not pass them up. And so he's so sweet. He's so cute. Yeah. So don't forget about Yuletide because he's gonna be a keeper for sure. As I mentioned before, we're gonna have a puppy that's still available after our picks on Friday. So if you wanna look for a puppy that's gonna be perfect for under your Christmas tree, make sure and reach out. Our website's RockyRidgeTribe.com and our Instagram is RockyRidge18. Merry Christmas!